He said, the objective of Bad Boy is to kill talent. We don't want talented motherfuckers at Bad Boy. Talented motherfuckers think they gotta say. Oh, a talented motherfucker will tell you, I'm gonna turn in my album when I feel like it. He said, but see, if we get people with no talent, and then we make them look like stars, see, we have total control. Because without us, they can't be the shit. He said, that's how we're gonna run this label, and we're gonna run these motherfuckers into the ground, and I'm gonna make all of you rich. And that was his pep talk at the Kit Kat Club in 1996 to his interns, who are now mostly executives at Bad Boy.
So that explains making the band, bringing unknowns.
I'm a proponent of all of us who are in this business working hard trying to make it.
When you got into stand-up, well, I'm doing stand-up, okay.
If you don't stand up for yourself, there really is nothing they won't do.
Right.
It's finally catching up to him. After raiding both of his mansions, law enforcement left no stone unturned, thoroughly inspecting every corner, including all the bedding.
I don't make much of it, Stephen. The feds are fedding. That's what that tells me. The federal government is, we've been aware for weeks. I assure you this has been going on for months in terms of the investigation. Months of collecting evidence, getting witnesses to collaborate particular stories and testimonies. What we're seeing now are kind of probably the final stages of what this investigation looks like. We know the recent, you're talking about the home, and I want to get back to the Homeland Security piece, not the FBI.
That's right.
All federal agencies, but they're a little different. I want to spend some time there in a second, put a pin in it. But the fact that they specifically, Stephen A., recently collected cell phones, their electronic devices, that's kind of the end of the road, as we say. Those are going to be the final pieces that they're looking to corroborate, probably some pre-existing testimonials for I would imagine a long list of potential witnesses.
During their raid of Diddy's mansions, the feds reportedly uncovered shocking and highly incriminating evidence suggesting the rapper's alleged grooming of musicians Justin Bieber and Usher. Take a look.
I started valuing the wrong things in this business because there was things dangling in front of me. If I get this, I'll be happy. If I do this, I'll be happy. I never had that security in a family. I never had that consistency. I never had the reliability and the accountability and all these things that make you understand the way the world works.
Hollywood's elites are often notorious for being involved in bizarre controversies and improper behavior. Notably, Diddy has been accused of drug addiction and exploiting rising talent in the industry.
He was giving parties at the Red Zone, and he was giving parties at the building. That's when they was doing unsigned hype. You know, people like Leaders of the New School, Naughty by Nature, Queen Latifah, different groups was coming. The new groups, they were breaking those artists. You remember that place where they shot Juice at? You know, when they had the DJ contest?
Yep.
Have you seen the movie Juice?
Yep.
Was that you? Yeah.
Yep.
When they had the DJ contest, that was the building. So Puff was doing the Monday night unsigned hype there. He was also an intern and working over at Uptown Records. I knew he was addicted to painkillers, because after that that incident with Kim, he used to have this little white guy he used to meet, or he would have the drivers go get the pills that he was addicted to from this little white guy who was selling him them opioids.
But that hasn't stopped these wealthy individuals from doing what they do best, taking advantage of others for their own personal gain.
I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that. They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name.
Finally, singers, rappers, actors, and even law enforcement have started speaking out against the alleged system, revealing an unsettling network of powerful individuals in Hollywood who regularly groom and exploit rising musicians under the guise of mentorship.
Nobody ever tells you that, like, when you get to the top, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's just more of that. If you want it, you know, I had ground and scraped and fought to make movies and to make the things that I wanted to make and to sell books and sell scripts, and I was doing all those things. And then I get there and I'm like a broken shell of myself with this relationship that threatened to sort of like truly like wreck my life, and I had done nothing to deserve that. And you know, I'm like, what is life? Like, what, you know, I'm so backwards.
But you still weren't happy.
But I was, you know, but I'm a victim. I'm a product, I should say, of these systems that we all survive in, which is, you know, this sort of capitalist-driven, corporatocracy kind of driven way of merchandising and commercializing every thought and fear and moment that we have in our lives, and never giving us a chance to slow down. And you know, when I was able to, I was on my way out, and I saw my kids, and I saw them grown up, and they
you
were
really
asking,
saw that.
Yes, I did, and I saw them asking me, just like a mature grown adult would say, you know, say something very calmly without emotion, like, please don't do this.
Meanwhile, Justin Bieber believes the industry fosters a dangerous mentality where powerful individuals exploit and manipulate talented yet vulnerable people, as highlighted by the recent raid at Diddy's residences.
16.
Slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours. You know, when you get 16, you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion?
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you in a second. But yeah, just protecting those moments, because people take for granted encounters. And
more importantly, he stresses the need to protect aspiring artists from the widespread abuse in the entertainment industry, which often shields and protects those who exploit others. Despite this, Justin Bieber has recently set himself apart from other musicians by vowing to speak out against the allegations of grooming and exploitation involving Diddy.
Brother, everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Yes. Okay.
In the meantime, Jaguar Wright has collaborated with law enforcement to reveal shocking claims that Diddy's mentor, Clive Davis, may have introduced him to the concept of grooming young singers and rappers through secretive and cryptic actions known only to Diddy.
Gonna get you and your little dog. Congratulations, young man. Run as fast as Cassie did. But when you think about Kim, I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died.
it was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books.
On top of that, Diddy's rise has been marked by a long list of accusations, including abuse of former girlfriends, trafficking in young men, and involvement in the deaths of fellow rappers. Despite all this, he doesn't appear to be troubled by these allegations. But who's to say that won't change soon?
It's a big difference from a black man. He was doing to people that he never thought that it would come back at him. Now, if he never did anything to those girls, if those girls was lying, then he would have never settled out. It was a girl that came out, Cam, 2.5 years before Cassie came out, and went on a major platform and told him how he was kicking her, beating her, and made her get rid of 2 kids. A girl named Gina came out on a major platform that he was dating, that she had texts from Cassie, and her and Cassie was texting each other back and forth, and Cassie was saying, I don't hate you, I know how he is, and they was talking about each other and talking to each other. She came out 2 years ago. So you tell me, Cam, why didn't nobody take her case?
Maybe they didn't believe, I mean, I could guess. I mean, maybe they didn't believe him because he's puffy. He got a lot of star power. He can fight back, you know.
She had no lawyers or nobody that was interested in going through that battle, and that long drawn out court battle, that they had to file papers. They had to do that 2-3 years ago. 2-3 years down the road, she ain't coming up with a dime. Cassie had the lawyers and the people who put the money behind the lawyers to make sure that her case was clam tight.
Naturally, Wright asserts that Clive Davis played a crucial role in shielding Diddy from serious investigations and accusations in the past, including the murder of Whitney Houston, the untimely death of Tupac, and the exposure of Usher and Justin to homosexuality. Wright's entire narrative suggests a clear correlation between Diddy's apparent immunity and his extensive connections, particularly with Clive Davis.
Financial gain for those who have access to her estate, including Clive Davis.
Including Clive Davis.
This ain't a film to celebrate Whitney Houston. This is a film to, pay the pipe.
He was the one trying to bring her back, though, at the time of prior to her death, right?
He needed her back. He needed her back, but he needed her back and under his control.
I cannot take anything away from where he has been extremely effective.
Yes.
He knows pop culture. Matter of fact, he probably knows pop culture better than he knows music.
I never felt like he had a lot of talent in music. Is that fair for me to say?
I mean, nobody really cares about him rapping.
Right.
I didn't know why he did that, but then again, why not do it? They're listening to all these other artists that you're putting out. Why not be one too and get that extra check? The people are buying into the brand. Why not take it all the way? I'm not hating on him for getting money.
Me either.
I'm just hating on the way he got it. And I'm hating on the overall effect of what it's done to not only the artist on his label, the artist that got shelved, the artist that got dropped. Not only that, but what he did to culture.
Her claims, along with Bieber's accounts and the information gathered by the FBI, suggest that Diddy may have paid a heavy price for his status and wealth, which could include serving upper management and exploiting prominent male celebrities.
Ain't nothing popping, but when they're not there, things are popping. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm following.
You know, there are certain people that hang out with certain groups of people, And you see them. They're in pictures. They're on the red carpet. They're around. But then things start popping off. You don't see those people. They're not in those pictures. They're not on the red carpet. They're nowhere around. So where the hell were they? They're at every other party. They're in every other picture. They're standing by you everywhere else except for when this person went missing or this person got shot. You know, the art of misdirection is a skill that most record executives use. So considering that the public has absolutely no idea what's happening behind the curtain or behind the velvet rope, it gives them a great advantage to paint whatever story they want to paint.
Additionally, Wright claims that Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy, in which she accused him of various offenses, supports her allegations and raises doubts about Diddy's alleged involvement in illicit activities, particularly concerning human trafficking within the entertainment industry.
You know, he get this trafficking because he took her to different states and had her perform sex acts with different, you know, male prostitutes and different people, sometimes against her will. You know, we look at this and we say, well, that was his girl and she did it on her own. She didn't have to. Man, you can't say that. That was a 19-year-old girl that what they call now groomed by an older man. And yes, she got some of the benefits of being with a billionaire, millionaire, and everything like that. But it's just certain things that he did to groom her and put her into that position that she wanted the career, she wanted to do the music, she wanted to be a performer and all this stuff like that. He held all that shit over her head, bro. And now that she came out and telling everybody her story and what happened to her, you know, people are finding fault in her. People are saying that she ain't right for putting a lawsuit against him, but she earned every bit of that, bro.
Wright is joined by Cat Williams, who recently made public comments about Diddy. Williams claims that Diddy is a 100% participant in sex trafficking and uses by amplifying the voices of Bieber, Wright, and Williams. Mel Gibson is also shedding light on the less admirable aspects of Hollywood.
I think it is moving forward. I think that light has definitely been shone into the dark regions, and it's painful, but it's a necessary thing for change. So there you go.
Do you agree, John?
Yeah, you can't help. It's an incredibly difficult thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Because there's very little that's comic about it. Yeah. You're seeing lives destroyed, but you're also seeing lives that have been deeply troubled for years, and it's
kind of a tragic healing process.
It's a big upheaval. I mean, I've never seen Hollywood quite so shaken by anything.